Welcome to Research 2. I'm looking forward to working again with students who are in my Research 1 class and in getting to know students who are new to my class this semester. This class builds on the knowledge and skills that you gained in Research 1. We will be implementing a research project this semester using those skills and knowledge and building new skills and knowledge. You will begin the process of carrying out the class project during week 0 by inviting study participants and collecting data. Each student will identify and invite potential study participants. Although IRB approval is not needed for this study because it is a student learning exercise and will not be disseminating the findings broadly beyond the class. The email invitation contains the required elements of an informed consent. The data collection process requires little effort on the part of students other than sending the invitations and reminder emails. Participants will complete the study questionnaire online. This has the advantage of not requiring data entry and data cleaning. We will be using Qualtrics, an online survey software program, to collect data. I will then download the data from Qualtrics after the data collection period has ended and create an SPSS data file. The file will be used for your analyses for the class project. There are 2 open-ended questions in the survey, and you will use these to gain experience in analyzing qualitative data. The module that follows data collection focuses on applying ethical standards. You will learn about the practical implications and the principles you learned about research ethics in Research 1. There is a discussion forum that asks you to consider which ethical principles are relevant to the class project. The next 2 modules, which are 2 weeks each, covers quantitative research methods. You will learn about different statistical methods that are used depending on the variables, characteristics, and the questions that are being asked, and most importantly, how to interpret the results. You will be using SPSS statistical software to analyze the quantitative data. I know that the prospect of learning statistics and using SPSS is an anxiety-provoking experience for many students. Our goal is not to turn you into statisticians, but rather to enable you to understand basic statistics. It is important for all MSW level social workers to be able to look at tables and graphs and to understand data and basic statistics that are reported. We also want you to be able to conduct simple analyses on your own. This is something that may be very helpful in your career as a professional social worker. Although a good grasp of basic math is necessary for learning statistics, understanding statistics is mostly about comprehension, the logic, and reasoning behind the statistical procedures. The SPSS software does all the computations. You will learn how to determine which statistical tests you should use and how to interpret the findings. For each statistical procedure, you will first read about the procedure, then you will view a lecture about the procedures with examples showing how it is done using SPSS, what the findings mean. Next, you will have a practice assignment, which is not graded, where you will perform the same procedures. Finally, you will have assignment, which is graded, performing statistical procedures using data from the class project. There is a teaching assistant available to help students with statistics and SPSS. And of course, I am always available for questions and discussion. Next, there is a module on qualitative data analysis, the analysis of non-numerical data. For example, verbal interchanges between people, text, pictures, other sorts of non-verbal artifacts. You will learn how qualitative data are coded and how the findings are reported. The sixth module, which again I think is very critical for professional social workers, focuses on how you communicate the results of research studies and the analysis of data. In Research 1, you learned about posing research questions, conducting literature searches, formulating study hypotheses, and designing a study by operationalizing the study design, sampling plan, measures, data collection methods. In Research 2, you will implement a study by inviting study participants. You will analyze data from the online survey and then analyze the data and communicate your findings. Effective communication of study findings, including the interpretation of what findings mean and the implications for practice and policy, is necessary to inform others whom you hope to inform and influence. These may be other social workers who work with the same population as you do, funders, boards of your agencies, elected officials, client groups, and other stakeholders who have an interest in your findings. You will practice the skill by creating a brief PowerPoint presentation on study findings and implications. The final module in the course is on community needs and asset assessment. This is something you will need to do as a professional social worker, as someone who will likely, in the course of your career, be involved in, I'm going to change this. The final module in the course is on communicating, the final module of this course is on applying your knowledge of research methods and analysis of quantitative and qualitative data to the activity of conducting a community needs and asset assessment. Community needs and asset assessment is a critical application research methodology that social workers are often involved in, especially when they're in the process of developing or identifying the need for the development of programs to serve communities that they're working with. As with Research 1, please read the readings very early in the module. View the lectures after you've completed the readings, because they were designed to follow the readings. You should also view the lectures early in the module, because they are necessary in order for you to successfully complete the assignments that are in the modules. Most of you will find the material statistics is not easily grasped in one reading or the first time you view a lecture. You're strongly encouraged to read the text a second time, review parts of the lecture that are not entirely clear the first time you watch them. And also develop questions for yourself with regards to material that you don't feel you're grasping. Feel free to email me those questions. Feel free to engage in discussions with your colleagues about things that aren't clear. It is through this active process of engaging in the material, it is in this process of actively discussing your thoughts and ideas about the material that you will become more fluent with the material and more comfortable with the material. Be aware of your own learning style. Try to make use of the material in a way that supports your learning style. Also, feel free to contact me with regards to any help you may need in engaging with the material or finding additional material that may aid you and better support your own style of learning. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you in the class. I'm looking forward to presenting the material and engaging in conversations and discussions with you regarding the material. At minimum, during the beginning and towards the middle or end of the semester, I will set up time for us to have online conversations, conference calls. I also am open to having additional conference calls as the need arises, and also individual conversations, telephone conversations, as well as email exchanges to discussing the material. The goal is to maximize your learning. The goal is to support you in being successful with the material as best that I can. Thank you, and I look forward to having the opportunity to speak with each and every one of you this semester.